Please welcome Nataly Parubocha. Ode to my ego. Ode to my ego, Nataly Parubocha.
Who have ever skipped the lessons, the classes during school time? Please raise your hands. And who have ever skipped the lessons and have been praised for that? Me. Once I encouraged my classmates to go to the cinema together instead of history class lesson. On the next day, I was soaking in the rays of admiration from my grateful classmates. The teacher wasn't grateful. Who this idea belongs to? She asked strictly. The class was silent. Suddenly, I raised my hand. Me. You, again. The teacher wasn't surprised, and she added, "You have only 1 minute to justify yourself." And that was my really star minute. I started lying. Well, I decided to go to and to watch the Dunkirk movie to understand the period of the Second World War. We are studying now, by the way, better. Of course, I don't believe you, the teacher said, but I won't punish you. She told and looked at me with the same admirable gaze my classmates were looking at me before. And that was the real prize for me, because it indulged my ego. Next time I got the same admiring gaze was in Amsterdam when I was traveling there, and I stayed at the hotel where the group of people from different countries came to the international conference. And once the group of Asian people entered into the lift I was standing in and stared up at me with the admiring and exciting look. "Wow, you are so tall. Where are you from?" I replied proudly, "I am from Ukraine." Now I'm sure that at least 7 people in Asia know that Ukraine is a really great country. Sounds egoistic? Of course, because I am an egoist. I have been telling from different people from the very childhood that I have a big inflated ego. But it's not a problem. It's okay. I know I'm awesome. Actually, my mom says that those people are blaming me indeed. Can you believe that rubbish? But in reality, of course, parents, teachers, religion, etiquette, everything and everywhere is trying to encourage us that egoism is not pretty really good way of behavior and mindset. But it helps me in life. Once I was visiting the America House in Kiev, and they have pretty strict rules for visitors. They demand ID to show your ID to let you in. And I, of course, forgot mine at home. But you know what? They let me in. And you know why? Because besides my ID, I have my ego and super ego. So I assured them that me is me. By the way, me is one of my favorite words, which sounds really pleasant to my ears. Is of course, my name, then the words, preferably pronouns like me, mine. What a delight. And do you know what is my favorite language? It is English. And you know why? Because the pronoun I is written in a large capital letter, as tall as I am, not small one like that. And in Ukrainian language, there are the pronoun which marks pronoun I is marked with one of the last letters in the alphabet. What a disrespect. More disrespect I got from my family. Not very long time ago, they persuaded me to visit the therapist to treat my inflated ego problem. And you know what? I feel it okay now. I think they would help me. I had an inflated ego problem, and now I don't have it anymore. So it is not any problem anymore. I have my ego and have no problem. However, my aunt says the treatment didn't work, but it's okay as well. It's just great disease for a great person, nothing more. And my aunt didn't stop. She invited me to the church visits on Sundays. I went there and came back grim and sad. Finally, she exclaimed. Finally, I explained. I have obtained my altar ego. But they say women can be priests. But lately, I accidentally found the community which suits my ego. Once I was going down the street, walking there, and saw this sign. Can you see what is written here? It is written ego friendly. Can you see that? Ego friendly. Can you? Yes? You'd better not argue with me. It is ego friendly. And I entered there and I stayed with them at once. They want to interrupt me. They don't blame me. They are speaking about deep spiritual feelings. They showed me yoga and I relaxed and my ego as well. Finally, I realized that enlightenment over there in the class of meditation. And I realized that all of us are the beings of endless ocean of light. Something which is bigger, which is something really huge and all-embracing. My inflated ego.